Stop the trade rumors. The Canucks aren't buying high for a playoff push. They're preparing to buy low. The target? Warren Foegele. He's a $3.5 million contract carrying a healthy scratch in Los Angeles, and the Kings are desperate to dump him. But for Vancouver, Foegele's failure is the perfect opportunity. The plan is simple. Take the contract, get a free draft pick now, and then rehabilitate him to flip for a bigger asset next year. It's the ultimate asset management play. But is Foegele worth the risk? We dive into the full strategy and the contract mechanics right now. Let's go.
Power play goal. Elias. Anderson. D.G. Miller scores.
Gets it free from Henderson. Got it to Messer in front. Backhander scores. The puck back in. Campoli trying to clear it. Burrows is pressed. Caught the puck loose to Edmonds. Back in for Alex Burrows. It's up in the air. Now McKinnon to the side. With the left glove. Are you kidding me? What a save.
Hey, Canucks Nation. Brandon Alston here, play-by-play for the Edmonton Canucks. You've got it locked in the line change. The Vancouver Canucks podcast.
What's up, Canuck fans? Welcome to the Line Change, a Vancouver Canucks podcast. And it's February. The NHL trade deadline is rapidly approaching, and if you've been a Canucks fan for any length of time, you know the familiar sense of dread. It's the time we usually find ourselves shopping for expensive players, desperately chasing a playoff spot, and in the process, lowering our draft lottery odds. But this time is fundamentally different. The Canucks are finally pivoting. This year, the team's focus has to be on longer-term asset accumulation and a smarter approach to the rebuild. This means that if Vancouver is going to add anyone with a considerable price tag, they're going to be doing so in the form of a cap dump. Now, this is a continuation from one of our previous videos where we talked about flippable cap dumps for the Canucks, which you guys can find right here. And taking on a cap dump, a bad contract for someone else, comes with a whole host of benefits that don't end up paying off, at least right now, but will pay off down the road. This is the buy low strategy. We aren't just looking for cap space, we're weaponizing it. We get paid in draft capital to take a problem off a rival's hands, and then we create a situation where we can profit twice over. We've already discussed how the Canucks have the room for this, but now we have the perfect case study. The man we're talking about is Warren Foegele, currently of the Los Angeles Kings. Let's look at his resume. Foegele is a 9-year NHL veteran. He's 29 years old, 6'2" and 205 pounds. His game is defined by physical gifts, which are his size, his speed, and a commitment to working hard wherever he's placed in the lineup. Just last year, he set a career high with 24 goals and 46 points. He was, by all accounts, a legitimate middle six contributor. But this year, he has to, and this is putting it mildly, fallen off a cliff. Does that sound familiar to you, Canuck fans? He's gone from that career high to just 6 goals and 8 points in 43 games so far. That is a pace for just 14 points across a full 82-game schedule, where a year prior, he had 46 points. That's crazy. This would be a new career low, including his rookie season. His play has been so poor that he's recently been a healthy scratch for the Kings, sitting out their most recent 4 games heading into the Olympic break. And now Elliot Friedman is reporting what's obvious. Foegele is someone the Kings desperately want to move. The Kings have already taken one big swing this year, acquiring Artemi Panarin for a prospect package, but to truly maximize Ante Kopitar's final season, they want to add more. Specifically, a top 6 center like a Vincent Trocheck. If they're going to go shopping for a piece that big, they need cap space, both now and into future seasons. The obstacle for the LA Kings is Foegele's contract, which is $3.5 million, that carries on into next season. No one is going to take a player with 8 points and that much cap hit off their hands for free. They're just not. He can't pass through waivers without being claimed, and the salary is too large to bury in the minors. The ditch Foegele right here and now, the Kings would have to pay, and they would have to pay a premium for it. That payment would take the form of an asset and a mid-round draft pick. A 4th or 5th rounder is likely a cost of doing business. This is the first payoff for Vancouver, turning inert cap space into a tangible draft asset. But acquiring a player like Foegele is less about that initial draft pick and more about what he can eventually be turned into. This is the core of the asset flip. Foegele is a cap dump with excessive rebound potential. At 29, he is simply too young to have experienced an age-based decline. He's not even 30 yet. It's highly probable he's experiencing a one-off, ill-timed slump. This is where the Canucks step in with the rehabilitation plan. Vancouver sells off one of their own veterans, at least within this season, say Vander Kane. They can hand Kane's role and minutes directly to Foegele. This accomplishes two things. First, it provides an adequate veteran replacement in the short term, maintaining roster stability. Second, and crucially, it gives Foegele the best possible chance of finding his offensive game once again. Change of scenery and guaranteed playing time can work wonders. Canucks are betting on the bounce back. Now, fast forward to the 2027 trade deadline. The Canucks succeed in getting Foegele back to a 20-goal pace. They have an extremely valuable player. He will be a pending UFA, meaning his contract expires at the end of the year. Very similar to a guy like Evander Kane, Teddy Bluger. A rebounded 20-goal pace, pending UFA forward is a hot commodity for playoff teams. That's the kind of player that in the right market can return a second-round pick and probably at least a third-round pick. So let's total the profit on the buy low strategy. We look at the initial profit, which would be a mid-round pick now from the LA Kings. The in-season benefit would be a decent veteran coverage to manage the roster. The final profit, a second or third round pick next season. This move is incredibly low risk, high reward. The only significant hurdle would be Foegele's 5-team no trade clause. But again, it's only a 5-team no trade. And we just are hoping that the Canucks aren't on that, or rather aren't one of those 5 teams. But as far as cap dumps to make this kind of bet on, you won't find many better. It's the kind of double dipping asset management that is not just smart business, but is absolutely essential for the Canucks to make up for years of neglecting future assets. Acquiring a player in the midst of the worst season of their career is not glamorous, true, but this buy low strategy is how smart teams operate. It's not about who Warren Foegele is right now. It's about the draft picks he can be turned into, and that long-term thinking is exactly where the Canucks need to be. What do you think? Is Foegele the perfect target for the Canucks' asset flip strategy? Let me know your thoughts on the trade and the plan in the comments down below. I'd like to thank my main and primary sponsor, none other than DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the NHL, but for today, it is the official sports betting partner of the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 60 deserves a sportsbook that's built for the moment. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 60, puts you right in the center of the biggest game of the year. Anything can happen during the Super Bowl, and DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player goes down in the first half, you still get paid in cash when your bet settles. No bonus bets, no waiting. While other sportsbooks don't offer injury protection, DraftKings covers the entire first half, even the second quarter. And early exit works on live bets too, pregame or in-game. DraftKings has you covered. Super Bowl 60, a rematch from Super Bowl 49 between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Seahawks pass rush versus the Patriots offensive line. Seattle's front, Leonard Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence, Boy May look to pressure Pats QB Drake May, challenging a potentially weaker Patriots O-line. Are you new to DraftKings? New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, now and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. For Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which will expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. This video has been a presentation of DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours, as well as the Hockey Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the network for your favorite podcast covering your favorite team at thehockeypodcastnetwork.com, the home of hockey podcasts, where it's every team, everywhere. Now, if you guys enjoyed this breakdown of Warren Foegele being the perfect target for a trade, or being the perfect target for a asset flip strategy, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the Line Change, and be sure to have your notifications turned on so you don't miss more in-depth analysis of the Vancouver Canucks. I'd like to thank anyone who has purchased our official merchandise, which is on our official merchandise store. Of course, we are selling our 1-year anniversary collection, which is coming up actually next week on Valentine's Day. Go ahead, check it out if you haven't already. We have some sales going on too to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. Go ahead and check it out at thelinechangepodcast.threadless.com. Also, if you want to have more conversations and discussions such as like this topic, join our official Discord. There's a link to it in the description down below. It's completely free to join. Also, if you want to find and interact with us on social media, we're everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, even Blue Sky. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. Speaking of platforms, if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow as well as rate and review us on either platform. It is, of course, greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the podcast. Also, if there was an episode that you just couldn't get enough of and wanted to listen to on repeat over and over and over again, you can download your favorite episode as well. That too also really helps out the podcast. And of course, we are very greatly appreciative of that as well. Once again, drop your comments down below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next Line Change.